You're oddly very calm, actually. I'm shocked.
I'm doing everything I can to keep this in. People tell me that I've been acting like I'm excited about this. Candidly, I think I've been very restrained in my reaction.
I agree. And you got to feel for Green Bay Packers fans, right, seeing this. They're going, wait, where was this when you were a Packer? Now you're in New York giving all these discounts to bring more players to the roster to hopefully get to a Super Bowl. All chips are in. But here's what's really interesting, I think, in this deal. Monetarily, right, the money's going to come next year, right? This is a quarterback that wanted to get paid $50 million in Green Bay, and now he's just okay with $35 million. He still has control over his contract in terms of he has a no trade clause in there. He can't get franchise tagged, right? So there's still some control from Aaron Rodgers' side, but obviously taking a pay cut here to help the roster is just going to continue to have fans like you just continue to fall in love with them.
So what you're saying is you're double checking the discount
I am double checking the discount.
Tim Hasselbeck, your reaction, Aaron Rodgers taking less money.
Yeah, look, I think it's a move that clearly signals his desire to win and the understanding that no matter how good you are at quarterback, it's still a dependent position. There are a lot of guys on the field when you're on the field, and surrounding yourself with good players matters. And then I think the other aspect of it is this. Like, we all know he's made a lot of money. We all know he wants to win. But he also has the leverage ultimately when he says, look, this is what I'm willing to play for this year. And if you're not willing to pay me that, then I'm going to walk away. And so if Aaron, plays more than a year, plays more than 2 years, he's going to tell a team what he thinks he's worth. And quite honestly, they're going to have to pay him that if they want him to play for him. So I still think he has a lot of control going forward with this.
There's no question. As well, he should and deserves to. But it is a big move because of what it might mean for his team. What might this mean?
Well, first of all, it's the ultimate sacrifice for a guy like Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Sometimes you got to sacrifice for a greater good.
Right.
Now, in saying that, Greeny, Aaron Rodgers doing this and freeing up some money for the Jets organization.
What might it bring, Harry?
Could potentially bring in a running back by the name of Dalvin Cook.
Let's do that. That's what I was waiting for someone to say. Dalvin Cook to the Jets. Let's go. That's what this means, doesn't it? It means the Jets are going to get Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, you did.
Isn't it? It means we're going to get Dalvin.
The show started with this objective journalist hosting a morning show, and the lunacy has begun already. And it's 8:04.
Diana, Dalvin Cook.
The Jets, the Patriots, the Miami Dolphins are all in on Dalvin Cook right now. Dalvin Cook has yet to make a decision. Please stop getting so close to me. Look, I get what you're saying. Dalvin Cook joins any of those three rosters, right, and immediately becomes the sixth, seventh best player on that team. And this could be the missing piece considering the fact that we don't know the health status of Breece Hall. The Jets will tell you all day long they're optimistic he's going to be good to go week one, but we know he's coming off this ACL. So this could obviously make them that much better. And maybe this is the room. Maybe they have even more plans. The offensive line still needs to get sorted out. It does not look very good right now, Mike. They have work to do.
Absolutely. So this gives them the opportunity to go out and maybe make some kind of a move, engineer something or that. Look, more money is always better than less money, and so he's created more money. And Tim, what I found myself thinking yesterday when I saw this, spin it any way you want. At the end of the day, the fact is that his taking less money is just in keeping with what has happened from the moment he got to New York. This could not possibly have started better. I have no idea where it will wind up. But candidly, he could not have handled this entire situation any better than he has to this point, Tim.
Greeny, you're 100% correct on that. Just think of the messaging on this, even from the jump. While he was still a Green Bay Packer, talking about his intention of playing for the Jets and then getting there. And next thing you know, it's like, no, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here in the offseason doing the things that people complained about me not doing when I was in Green Bay. Take it a step further with the money aspect of it. Just like his posture at the podium, talking about how much he's enjoying being there. Listen, giving super fans like you shout outs about how excited he is to be there. Listen, he has done this perfectly. I think there's absolutely been an awareness about that in terms of this whole transition.
Absolutely.
And the hype is just going to continue, right? So Hard Knocks is going to start soon. Maybe Dalvin Cook goes, ooh, I want to be part of this.
Listen, I ask for so little. Get me Dalvin Cook. All is well, water under the bridge, Harry. Is that right?
For right now, for the moment being, until you go to week 1 and you're one-on-one with Sauce Gardner and you beat him on a one-on-one route and Josh Allen doesn't find you on the 3rd down, then we're back to square one, Greeny. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So this was about the football more than anything else?
Yeah. He spent 15 minutes talking to the media yesterday. This is the first time we're really hearing from Diggs after an offseason of so many rumors, right? We heard it was the play calling. We heard it was the targets. We heard it was something personal between him and Josh Allen. We saw him storm off the field after they lost to Cincy in the playoffs. And he just said, look, there were definitely, he admitted there's definitely something going on there. We don't know the specifics of what his exact issue is. But to Harry's point, it's going to most likely bubble up again if it doesn't get fixed. And I'm not sure what's going to fix it for Buffalo. Winning is the only thing that's going to fix it, I think.
And I will say this, too, because I played the wide receiver position. Not all the time you have the quarterback gets criticized like everyone else on a roster. We don't know if it was something like along those lines as well. Trust me, because sometimes that can make a receiver or receivers feel some type of way. Not saying that I know from experience. I'm just saying using it as an example.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that all's well as long as all's well, and then when things aren't so well, we'll find out if things are really all well.
Well, because Stefon Diggs isn't the type of person that's just going to sweep anything under the rug. And I respect that out of him. I respect the hell out of him for that. So if there's an issue, he wants to address it. He doesn't want to sweep it under the rug and just feel like they can just move on.
And I sensed from him, too, and he admitted this. He's like, I'm on my back 9 here in terms of my career. He's not a young guy anymore, and he knows that window to win a Super Bowl is getting tight. And it's getting very tight in Buffalo.
That's a really good point. When people talk about the window in Buffalo, it's going to close, then it's going to open again. They've got Josh Allen. They're going to have multiple windows over the course of his career. But this little one, in which Stefon Diggs is maybe the second most important piece, that won't last another 10 years. So Allen may have time. He may not have time. Tim, I wanted to ask you a different question, because we've been doing these burning questions all week here on the show. And the one I asked yesterday about the Bills, I'd like to hear your take on. The question is simply this: does Josh Allen actually need to do less for the Bills to achieve more?
I think they would be a better team with Josh Allen doing less. And that doesn't mean he doesn't take over games at certain points, Greeny, but what it means is stop relying on him so much in the run game. Stop asking him to do so much in terms of what you are putting on him physically. And Sean McDermott for years has been talking about, look, we need to run the football more. We need to run the football better. We need to run the football better situationally. It will help us in the long run. That holds true for me. There's no question about it. There at times has been very little balance in their offense. I think more balance would be good for them in the long run for sure.
What do you think of that, Harry? The idea that Allen is just too much on one player's shoulders.
Well, I agree with it 100%, because when you look at the last 2 teams that they've lost to in the playoffs, whether it's the Kansas City Chiefs or the Cincinnati Bengals, those 2 teams have been able to rush the football consistently when they needed to. The Buffalo Bills have not. So for Ken Dorsey as the offensive coordinator, it's your job to take more off of Josh Allen's plate, so he doesn't have to go out there and feel like he has to be Superman every time he's on the football field.
What do you think of this, Dianna? He hears that. These are conversations that we have, but sometimes it's, look, with the guys like him, and this is not a criticism, it's actually the opposite of that, he feels like the best answer is usually me. And candidly, he's usually right.
I remember talking to Brian Dable early when he was spending earlier time with Josh Allen about the interceptions. How do you fix that? He's like, you don't taper Josh Allen. You don't tell Josh Allen to do less. You tell him to do more, because you're always going to get more good with him than you are going to get bad, and it's worth the risk.
Absolutely. So we'll see what they wind up doing. One way or another, they had a wonderful moment yesterday, one that we have all waited months to see, and candidly, we were not certain we ever would see. Again, our favorite athlete of all time right this minute is Damar Hamlin, who yesterday took to the practice field and was a full go and got this magnificent welcome from the Bills Mafia. Dianna, that's a fan base you know well. It is sort of a family as much as any team is with its fans. And how about this moment yesterday with Damar Hamlin back on?
It was amazing. I saw it on social media. The Bills pumped that right out there. I watched it a few times too. Just watching him take the moment in was just as impressive as and sensitive, I guess, as the fans really appreciating that moment, knowing how affected that entire community was by that situation last year. So just what a miracle to see him on the field.
That's what it is. It really is a miracle. And we work medical miracles Their training staff obviously saved his life on that field that day, and there he is back playing the game he loves. You can't ask for anything better than that to start your day. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.